This is Shirdi, one of the most spiritual places on earth, where millions of people come to have their prayers answered. But they're forgetting something. The stray dog.
For the huge size of India, there's a massive shortage of clinics and other animal welfare organisations. There's an estimated 35 million street dogs living in India, and all of these are prone to sickness, disease, injury from road traffic accidents, and even human abuse. And all of these animals are here because of the humans and because of the waste that we generate and leave on the streets. Therefore, we have a responsibility to look after these animals and ensure that they don't die of starvation and other preventable diseases. The main skin problem that we see at Dharamsala Animal Rescue is demodectic mange, and this is due to poor nutrition and the weak immune system of the street dogs in general. We also see dog bite wounds, which are usually from males fighting over females during the mating periods. And often these become infested with maggots, and then they get secondary bacterial infections, so we have to clean out the wounds, make sure there are no maggots in them, and treat them for usually several weeks until the wound heals.
A lot of these dogs that get hit by cars end up with broken legs that are not healed properly, and then they end up walking on these legs and the leg heals wrong, and it's usually pretty excruciatingly painful for that dog.
The main way that Dharamsala Animal Rescue helps the street dogs that have been hit by cars is usually to treat their broken bones. This can be done by either splinting or cast, especially in young puppies because their bones heal much more easily. But when it's no hope of healing or the suffering will be greater, then we amputate the leg. And often this is the better option, especially for the older dogs. They've got used to walking on their three legs anyway, and the recovery time is much faster. And they really do quite well on three legs. We often see them running around the streets quite happily, and there's no hindrance in their life. At Dhar, we always encourage the local community to call us whenever a litter of puppies is born. And this way we can go and check on them, make sure that they're healthy. We vaccinate them when they're old enough, we deworm them and deflea them, and then we also ask the local community to feed them and make them a bit more comfortable around humans. Then we can easily go and catch them and sterilise them when they're old enough. Then we also sterilise the mother, and this generally helps to keep the overall population of the dogs down and reduce the number being born each year.
A lot of the time the people who start the spay and neuter clinics, they do it for the good of the animals because they love the animals, they don't want to see the animals suffer. But when they go to the community and request a clinic to be opened, the community doesn't want to because they don't see the point of helping the animals when, for example, some of their own people are suffering, which is understandable. However, I guess the way in which you should approach opening a clinic in any area would be more how it benefits the population, and how if you spay and neuter dogs and then do a vaccination clinic at the same time, you end up decreasing the spread of disease and you decrease the huge population of street dogs which carries disease. Many villages don't accept the stray dogs as being a part of their community because they see them as animals that carry disease and animals that cause trouble, kind of how we would see rats in our North American society. What's so sad about that is if you treat the dogs properly and you feed them and you vaccinate them against rabies and you spay and neuter them, those dogs can actually become a part of your society, and they can help your society in many ways. They protect your children if you teach them to. They can protect your house, and they're very loyal to you. So it's really unfortunate that they're seen in this way because they could be utilized in a very good way, and they're not. The street dog is still viewed as nothing. They're viewed as not as valuable, not as beautiful. Sometimes they're even thought of to be not as intelligent. If we could change the way people think about street dogs and make them understand that if you give it a bath and deworm it, give it a flea medication, and feed it properly, these dogs are just as beautiful as a purebred dog. So one day I was shopping with my girlfriends. We went to the adjacent village, and we were walking down the road that leads to the village, and there was this cute but really sad looking puppy that was on the side of the road near a restaurant, and he had his head down and his tail down, and he was about 5 months old at that time. He was definitely abused. He was definitely kicked by men, and I'm pretty sure he was kicked by men because he went to the bathroom on the street or somewhere near someone's vending stall, because it took him 2 months to feel comfortable going to the bathroom. The first night I had him, he waited 14 hours because he wouldn't go. Yeah. He's much better now. I brought him home with me because he's really such a good dog. His name is Batuk, which is a holy Hindi name, and it means boy. He loves going to the park. He loves playing with everybody. I really couldn't have asked for a better dog. I mean, he's really amazing.
If left in India, Batuk could have been hit by a car. He could have contracted rabies or mange. He could be living under a bus and looking in garbage constantly for food. He would be suffering. This is no way for the most loyal animals on earth to live. How do we help dogs like him? What do we do? We must all search within ourselves. The answers are right there. We must believe in the innate love and compassion of human beings towards these animals. We must end the suffering of the stray dogs in India once and for all. We must end the abuse towards them.